equivalent of paste over. It is exact opposite of get. It transfers state from a client to a resource. Create, update, post. This is our paste after verb. It says don't overwrite what you currently have. Add to it. This can have a couple of alternative effects. Create, update, delete. Delete is the HTTP equivalent of cut, although it usually doesn't transfer a representation of the final state of the resource before destruction. Delete. This diagram shows that the REST way of designing the web services. What is HTTP? The Hypertext Transfer Protocol is an application layer protocol for distributed, collaborative, hypermedia information systems. HTTP has been in use by the World Wide Web Global Information Initiative since 1990. It provides a standard for web browsers and servers to communicate. HTTP is a request-response standard typical of client-server computing. Developing REST web services. REST system requirements. The following are minimum and recommended system requirements for REST professional. We strongly suggest you meet or exceed the recommended requirements to ensure performance of your system is suitable for your agency operations. The requirements for memory and processors are indicative only, and more RAM or disk space may be required when running ROC-N products in conjunction with other software. Please consult a qualified network technician to ensure that your network is adequately sized and tuned for the number of users and applications used by your agency. These are the workstation requirements. Processor minimum Pentium 4 1 GHz. Recommended Pentium 4 2.5 GHz. RAM 512 MB. Recommended is 1 GB, 2 GB with Windows Vista. Hard disk minimum 200 MB. Recommended 500 MB. Supported operating systems are Windows 2000, XP Home, XP Professional, Vista 32 or 64-bit, Windows 7 32 or 64-bit. Other requirements are Internet Explorer 5 or above. Access to a 8x CD-ROM. These recommendations apply to all workstations operating systems. ROC-N suggests: first one, disabling of elaborate or complex 3D screensavers, as this can impact significantly on the performance of your software. Second one, optimize your virus scanner. Due to Microsoft discontinuing support for Windows 95 in November 2001 and Windows 98 in July 2006, ROC-N is no longer able to offer support for our applications in these environments. Server requirements. A server is not required if using REST professional software as a standalone, that is, where the software is used on one machine only and installed on the local hard drive. Please consult the workstation requirements for standalone recommendations. REST Professional allows multiple operators to run the software concurrently on different computers. All access is the same database. The data may be located on either a peer server or a dedicated server. In peer server environments, the faster the peer server, the better the performance for connected network users. For sites with more than 6 concurrent operators, a dedicated server would be recommended dependent on expected loads. If in doubt, contact ROC-N to discuss further. These are the dedicated server requirements. Processor minimum Pentium 4 3 GHz. Recommended Pentium dual core 2.5 GHz or higher for more than 10 users. RAM 2 GB. Recommended is 4 GB or more. Hard disk 5 GB free. Recommended is 10 GB free. Operating systems Windows NT 4 server is not recommended, and Windows 2000 server, Windows 2003 server, Windows 2008 server are recommended. These recommendations apply to all server operating systems. ROCK suggests install enough processing power, RAM and hard disk space in your server for all applications and services that are being run. These requirements may vary depending on the number of users on the system, applications running and level of usage. Consult your network technician for more details. Ensure that you have offline backup capability that is used on a regular basis. Should be at least weekly, preferably daily. Disabling of any elaborate or complex 3D screensavers, as these can impact significantly on the performance of your software. Optimize your virus scanner. Microsoft Office. To utilize Office integration functionality with REST professional software, one of the following versions of Microsoft Office is required. Microsoft Office 2003, Microsoft Office 2007. Please note that ROCK no longer provides support for Microsoft Office 95, Office 97 and Office 2000. Printers. REST Professional operates with more standard printers that are supported by your operating system. If operating on a network, the following areas will impact on performance. Cabling will impact significantly on the reliability and speed of your software. UTP Category 5 cabling is required as it offers the best reliability and performance for your agency. For local area networks, we recommended investing in 100 megabits per second hubs, switches, and 100 megabits per second network cards or higher. We recommended that only necessary protocols are loaded on both the server and workstation. We do not recommend it using wireless networking. How much memory you need to run effectively on a workstation depends on the software applications you are using concurrently. Examples: Microsoft Outlook, Word and Excel, REST professional software and any other software. The more applications you are using, the more memory you will need. The amount of REST professional data and the size and complexity of files in MS Word or Excel. Creating the REST Web Service project. To get started, we will create a simple web service project by selecting Web Service Project from the new toolbar menu that is shown in this picture. Alternatively, invoke the wizard using File, New, Other, My Eclipse, Java Enterprise Projects, Web Service Project. Name the project REST Demo and select REST from the list of frameworks. Click Next to move the page number 2 of the wizard. On this page, you can specify the path at which the services will be available, the name of the corresponding JAX, RX, servlet and libraries which you wish to add to your project. For this project, the defaults are fine. So click Finish to create the project. This is a JAX RS servlet generated in web.xml. Instead of creating a new project, you may also add REST capabilities to any existing Java Enterprise Edition 5 web project. From the project's context menu, select My Eclipse, add REST capabilities,